Thanks very much, Lou. It's great to speak to you this morning. So thanks for having me on the show. So Stellamar is a global employment solutions organisation encompassing both recruitment and HR consulting across a range of industries globally. So obviously at this time we've been working with a number of organisations and helping them to re-engineer their workforce and identifying what kind of skills they're going to be needing to acquire going forward, but also in helping individuals who have been seeking new career opportunities and helping them to identify what those could be in securing roles.
Focusing on that latter part of what you do then, looking at individuals, for somebody that might have been in the same job, the same industry for, I don't know, maybe 20 plus years, to start again and do something different is going to be really challenging, isn't it? Because apart from anything, you've got to isolate what skills you've gained through that job and apply them to something else.
Yeah, I think it's easy for us as recruitment specialists to be able to sit here and say, what people are good at. But for someone that's done it for 20, 30 years, as you say, it's quite difficult for them to know what it is that makes them stand out. I think that when you are looking into a potential new career opportunity, it's really important that you actually know what you want to do. So careful planning and research, identifying what areas that you're actually interested in and what roles your skills could apply to is really important. So careful research and planning is key. I think it's important to remember also that whilst this might be a daunting process, it's actually a unique opportunity to do something different and potentially something that you want to do. So, it's not the time to do anything radical. If you're currently working in a customer service role, I doubt you're going to be a Premier League footballer tomorrow, but it's certainly an opportunity to look into doing something more meaningful that will ultimately be more rewarding.
What about standing out from the crowd then? If you've identified what it is you want to do, but perhaps you haven't got as much industry experience as the next person, how do you make yourself count when you're being looked at, given how competitive it is at the moment?
The best advice I can give to any job seeker is that the job description that relates to the role is essentially the key to an interview. So if you're researching which roles that you want to apply for, don't send the same CV out to every role. Employers don't want to review a generic CV. They want to see that someone's put some thought and care into the application. So assess the job description and tailor your CV accordingly. Hiring managers also love a wild card. So if they can see that someone isn't the generic application that they're seeing on a regular basis, but does have some of the skills that stand out, hopefully you'll be able to present those skills by having reviewed the job description in detail and being able to pull out some key skills that you'll be able to add value to. Then if your core skills are transferable and you demonstrate in your application, then you stand a good chance of standing out.
Wow, that's really good advice, actually. Just finally, Alasdair, how is the market at the moment? How are you seeing it?
So there's a couple of, there's different ways you can look at it. I'm generally quite a positive person. So whilst every business, whilst even businesses that are downsizing or reducing their overall headcount are actually going to be making hires in the next 6 to 12 months, given that skill gaps will be appearing. So
yes.
It's also important to know that, in these times, there are always winners and losers, both, in terms of organizations and individuals. And the ones that win are those that are able to adapt. Us as a business, as an example, we're affected the same as everyone else and lost a large portion of our client base, but we've been able to adapt where others haven't been able to. In the last 4 weeks, been able to make 2 hires. So if you can adapt, if businesses can adapt and they can anticipate the change and make the changes accordingly, then they'll thrive. Those that haven't been able to do so, not so much. But ultimately, as I said previously, this is I see this as a bit of a reset and an opportunity for change, and certainly hope that will be the case for some of the listeners that are looking for work.
Alasdair, you've been an absolute star, and you are very positive. I like what you're saying there. Alasdair MacMillan from the Stellamar Employment Solutions branch in Southampton. Don't forget then have a look at the £10 million job hunt on our website, bbc.co.uk/Solent.